Hey, Dodgers fans. The offseason is officially in full swing, and there is a whirlwind of conversations happening around Los Angeles as we look ahead to the upcoming season. One of the biggest challenges facing Andrew Friedman and the front office right now isn't about the starting rotation. It's about finding stability in the bullpen. All season long, the Dodgers have tried to pinpoint that reliable closer, and it has been far from straightforward. Tanner Scott was initially expected to fill that role, but things didn't go according to plan. From there, the team experimented with other arms, looking for someone to take over the high-leverage innings, but time and again, those options failed to stick. And while it's easy to list a handful of names who didn't pan out, the truth is that this is part of the process. The Dodgers are a team that has the resources and flexibility to experiment, and setbacks in the bullpen are challenges they know they can overcome. What makes this situation intriguing, though, is that even with all the uncertainty surrounding pitching, the Dodgers remain firmly in the conversation whenever elite arms become available. There is always speculation about outfield reinforcement, bullpen upgrades, and ways to maintain their status as perennial contenders. And now, for the first time in what feels like forever, the Dodgers will enter a season without Clayton Kershaw on the roster. For most fans alive today, Kershaw has been a fixture, synonymous with the Dodgers' identity. He has been a cornerstone of their success for years, and now that he is stepping away from the rotation, it opens up not just a spot on the roster, but a new set of strategic questions. Do you try to replace his veteran presence directly? Do you look for a younger arm to step into the void? These are the kinds of considerations Friedman and his team have to wrestle with. Looking at the projected rotation, the Dodgers are expected to turn to Blake Snell, Yoshino, Tyler Glasnow, and Shohei Ohtani alongside Roki Sasaki. That gives you 5 starters on paper, but the real debate centers on Roki Sasaki. Is he truly a number 5 starter, or would the team be better served by using him in the bullpen? Currently, the official plan is for Sasaki to start, and he was signed with that role in mind. But with the way the market can shift, particularly if a top-tier pitcher becomes available, nothing is set in stone. The dynamic nature of off-season moves means that even a player designated as a starter could see his role evolve, depending on the team's priorities and the opportunities that arise. The Dodgers have always been a team willing to adapt and pivot, and this season will likely be no different. One of the names generating the most buzz in trade discussions is Jacob deGrom. The Texas Rangers have made it clear they are interested in reducing payroll, and deGrom, despite having revitalized his career to an extent, has started to appear in trade rumors. The Dodgers, naturally, are mentioned among the potential suitors. When you talk about deGrom, you're talking about a pitcher who is still performing at an elite level, even if he hasn't quite reached the Cy Young peak he achieved earlier in his career. Over the past season, his whip sat below 1.921, his ERA just under 3, and he struck out 185 batters while allowing just 122 hits. He gave up 26 home runs across 30 appearances, showing that while long balls are a factor, he still maintains remarkable control and consistency. And while age is always a consideration, he is 37, roughly the same age as Kershaw was at the end of his prime. The Dodgers have never been shy about pursuing proven talent to strengthen the roster, even when it means bringing in a player who might not be a long-term fixture. The conversation about adding deGrom is intertwined with Sasaki's role, because if the Dodgers were to acquire a pitcher of deGrom's caliber, it would open up the possibility of moving Sasaki to the bullpen, where many believe he could excel in high-pressure situations. Last season, when Sasaki appeared out of the bullpen during the postseason, he was dominant, delivering multi-inning performances and even recording a save in critical moments. His stats as a starter are less convincing: an ERA over 4, a whip of 1.43, and control issues reflected in his walk totals. But his effectiveness in relief shows a different side of his skill set. The Dodgers now face a strategic puzzle. Do they stick with Sasaki as a starter because that's the plan they committed to, or do they reimagine the rotation to maximize overall pitching strength? This is the kind of chess game that makes the Dodgers' offseason particularly fascinating. Beyond individual players, there's also the broader context of a new contracts and the upcoming CBA discussions. While the Dodgers' financial firepower is considerable, There are always questions about how to manage resources efficiently, especially with the potential for salary caps or luxury tax implications on the horizon. Still, Friedman has proven time and again that he can navigate these complexities effectively, balancing immediate competitiveness with long-term sustainability. The front office will be exploring every angle, from trades and free agent acquisitions to internal roster adjustments, all with the goal of positioning the Dodgers as the top contender for a historic three-peat. It's been decades since a team has won consecutive championships at this level, and the Dodgers' ambitions are clear. They want to maintain their dominance and leave a lasting mark on baseball history. All of this comes against a backdrop of intense scrutiny and expectation. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike are dissecting every move, projecting every potential trade, and debating how the Dodgers will handle the departure of Kershaw, the uncertainty in the bullpen, and the rotation dynamics. Every decision made this offseason will carry weight, from how to structure the starting five to whether a move for a pitcher like DeGrom makes sense in context. The interplay between proven veterans, rising stars, and strategic acquisitions creates an atmosphere that is electric with possibilities. And for a team that has consistently set the standard in Major League Baseball, there is no margin for complacency. The Dodgers are poised to make bold choices, and as always, their willingness to chase excellence at every turn keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Now, as we dig deeper into what the Dodgers might do this offseason, the rotation question continues to dominate conversations. There is no denying that the starting five is the backbone of any contender, and for Los Angeles, it is particularly crucial this year. With Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow anchoring the top of the rotation, fans expect consistency and the ability to dominate innings, while Ohtani brings his unique two-way versatility into the mix. But the discussion really heats up when you consider how Roki Sasaki fits into this puzzle. On paper, he is listed as the fifth starter, yet many analysts, and even some inside the organization, wonder whether his true potential lies in the bullpen. Last season, when he was deployed in relief situations, he demonstrated remarkable poise and resilience, handling pressure innings with a level of composure rarely seen in a pitcher so young. His WHIP and ERA as a starter may not be textbook elite numbers, but in the bullpen, he becomes a weapon capable of shifting momentum in critical moments. The Dodgers' willingness to adapt is part of what makes them so intriguing. Andrew Friedman has a reputation for flexibility, always analyzing the best ways to assemble a team that maximizes wins. This may mean breaking traditional molds, like having a high-end talent like Sasaki operate out of the bullpen, or it could involve pursuing a trade for a proven ace like Jacob DeGrom to solidify the rotation. DeGrom, even at 37, remains a top-tier pitcher capable of influencing games at the highest level. His statistics from last season, sub 2.97 ERA, under 1.921 WHIP, 185 strikeouts across 30 appearances, show that he can still dominate despite age and wear. Acquiring him would not be without cost, and the Dodgers would need to weigh not only financial implications but also roster balance. But the potential reward is significant. With DeGrom in the fold, Roki could be shifted into a bullpen role, creating a rotation and relief combination that few teams in the league could match. Meanwhile, the broader bullpen situation still requires attention. Finding a reliable closer has been a season-long challenge, and the front office knows that even one weak link late in games can swing momentum and results. Tanner Scott's struggles last season highlighted the difficulty of finding a pitcher who can consistently handle high-pressure innings, and a trial-and-error approach with other arms underscored the importance of depth. Dodgers fans have come to expect excellence, and the team's strategy this offseason reflects a desire to address every possible vulnerability. The balance between developing younger talent, relying on veterans, and potentially making big moves like a DeGrom acquisition showcases a level of strategic planning that is emblematic of Los Angeles' front office philosophy. Offseason moves are not limited to pitching either. While rotation and bullpen remain the headlines, the team must consider outfield depth, bench versatility, and defensive alignment. Injuries played a major role last year, forcing the Dodgers to constantly adjust lineups and rotations. That experience has likely reinforced the value of flexibility and readiness, and the front office will prioritize options that allow them to weather any unexpected setbacks. Every decision is interconnected. A move to bring in an elite starter impacts bullpen assignments, while shifts in the outfield can affect pitching matchups and game management. For a team with championship aspirations, these considerations are never trivial. Financial considerations also play a role, although they are less of a limiting factor for Los Angeles than they are for many other teams. The Dodgers have the resources to pursue top-tier talent, but even with that advantage, strategic spending matters. Upcoming contract discussions, potential changes in the collective bargaining agreement, and luxury tax implications all factor into the decisions being made. Friedman and his team must balance short-term impact with long-term flexibility, ensuring that the moves they make do not just address immediate needs, but also preserve the ability to remain competitive in the years ahead. This level of foresight is part of what has made the Dodgers a model organization, capable of consistently competing at the highest levels while adapting to the ever-changing landscape of Major League Baseball. Looking at the big picture, the pursuit of a three-peat is very real. Los Angeles is in a unique position, back-to-back champions with a roster capable of sustaining excellence. The goal is no longer just to win a single season, but to establish a dynasty that can rival historical runs, like the Yankees of the early 2000s. To do that, the Dodgers must optimize every roster spot, every pitching assignment, and every strategic decision. That includes interpreting player roles creatively, whether it's Sasaki in relief or DeGrom anchoring the rotation, and leveraging financial resources to bring in impact talent. Each decision is magnified by the expectations that come with consecutive championships. Every move is scrutinized, debated, and analyzed by fans and experts alike. But the Dodgers' approach has always been about execution and adaptability rather than simply reacting to outside opinions. Roki Sasaki remains central to this narrative. While he has the potential to be a solid fifth starter, the front office has to weigh whether that role maximizes his impact. His performances out of the bullpen have been striking, particularly in high-stakes situations where his poise and stamina have changed the outcome of games. The discussion about moving him to a relief role is not a criticism, but rather an example of the strategic thinking that defines Friedman's approach. Combining that flexibility with the possibility of adding a pitcher like DeGrom creates a rotation bullpen dynamic that could be unparalleled. At the same time, internal considerations, such as managing workloads, protecting arms from injury, and maintaining consistent performance across a long season, are equally important. The Dodgers know that even the most talented roster requires careful management to achieve sustainable success. Finally, the context of last season's injuries cannot be ignored. The Dodgers broke records for the number of starting pitchers used, highlighting the importance of depth and preparation. This experience informs off-season strategy, emphasizing the need for redundancy in pitching and versatility in player roles. The combination of strategic acquisitions, internal development, and creative roster management sets the stage for a highly competitive season. Every decision, from acquisitions to role assignments, is about one thing: maximizing the team's chance to capture that elusive three-peat. With Friedman orchestrating moves, a rotation featuring Snell, Glasnow, Ohtani, and Sasaki, and the potential addition of elite arms like DeGrom, the Dodgers are shaping a roster that is not only talented, but also adaptable, prepared for any scenario the season might present. For fans, this promises an off-season filled with excitement, speculation, and anticipation for what could be another historic chapter in Los Angeles Dodgers history. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In what could be one of the most talked about moves of the season, whispers around the league suggest that ADLEY RUTSCHMAN is officially stepping into the spotlight with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The buzz is palpable. The Dodgers, known for their strategic acquisitions and keen eye for talent, might just have landed a true game-changer behind the plate. Rutschchman, often described as a wall behind the plate, is no stranger to hype. Scouts have been buzzing for years about his combination of defensive prowess, baseball IQ, and a bat that can swing momentum in an instant. Sources close to the organization hint that this move isn't just about filling a roster spot. The Dodgers could be signaling a long-term plan to fortify their defense while giving their pitching staff a catcher they can truly trust. Rutschchman's presence, insiders say, is already affecting how opponents are approaching the Dodgers' rotation. Rumor has it that pitchers are particularly excited, perhaps even relieved, to have someone with Rutschchman's instincts calling the game. Analysts have been circling around this development for months, and the speculation is only intensifying now that it's official. While the Dodgers haven't revealed every detail, the locker room chatter paints a picture of cautious optimism. Veteran players reportedly see Rutschchman as more than just a rookie sensation. They whisper about his leadership potential, his work ethic, and the way he seems to anticipate every move before it happens. The comparison to a wall isn't just about his ability to block pitches. It's about the psychological edge he provides, the confidence a team feels knowing that their catcher can control the chaos behind the plate. Of course, with every big move comes the inevitable chatter about fit, expectations, and pressure. Fans are already crafting dreams of postseason heroics, while rivals are undoubtedly recalculating their strategies. The Dodgers may have just added a key piece, but the real excitement is in watching how this rumor, and now reality, unfolds. Baseball insiders are already predicting that this acquisition could redefine the dynamics of the Dodgers season. And if the early whispers hold true, the league might be in for a surprise. ADLEY RUTSCHMAN is here, and the buzz says it's only the beginning. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.